She'd swept that hallway for 31 years, and the new superintendent looked at her like she was part of the floor. "That box is garbage, and so is the woman guarding it," he said, loud enough for the whole lobby to hear, and then he kicked it across the tile so the lid popped and yellowed papers slid out like a wound opening. Mrs. Odalis Vance didn't flinch. She knelt down, gathered the papers into her apron, and said only, "You don't know what you just did." The teachers in the hallway went quiet. A janitor's cart doesn't usually stop a room, but this one did. Somewhere in that box was a name nobody in that building had said out loud in 40 years. And somewhere in the next 6 weeks, that name was going to end this man's career. But first, you need to understand who Odalis Vance really was, and why she never once tried to stop him. Rewind 6 weeks. Odalis arrived at Lyndale Elementary at 5 each morning, before the heat kicked on, before the buses. She kept one framed photo taped inside her supply closet, a young woman in a cardigan, standing in front of a half-built library. She kept one key on her ring that opened nothing anyone had asked about in decades. And she kept a cardboard box on the top shelf, taped twice, labeled in fading marker, "Do not discard." The new superintendent, Grant Halsey, had been in the district 11 weeks and had already renamed the gym after his own father. He believed schools ran on efficiency, not sentiment. He believed a woman who mopped floors had no business telling him what could and couldn't be thrown away. The humiliation built for a month before it broke. Halsey cut Odalis's hours for budget. He had her cart moved to the loading dock, so it stops cluttering the halls. Small cruelties, diminishing ones. He called her the mop lady in front of parents, called her supply closet a fire hazard, called her, once, furniture. Then came the renovation order. Gut the old East Wing, including the closet, including the box. Odalis asked, quietly, if she could keep just the one box. Halsey laughed. That's when he kicked it. That's when the papers spilled across the lobby floor in front of 2 teachers, a school board member, and a boy waiting for his mother. And Odalis knelt in front of all of them and said the only thing she'd say for 6 more weeks, "You don't know what you just did." But what she didn't know was who was filming from the office doorway. What Halsey didn't know was what those papers actually were. 40 years earlier, a 19-year-old girl named Odalis had scrubbed these same floors for a construction crew building this school's library, back when the district couldn't afford to finish it. Her mother had taught her, at their kitchen table, that you protect what you love quietly without needing credit. So when the crew ran short and the library sat half-built for a year, Odalis's family, quiet people, careful people, signed the land under the East Wing over to the district themselves, on one condition, buried in 4 pages of legal language nobody had reread since 1986. If that wing was ever demolished or sold without consulting the family trustee, ownership of the wing reverted, in full, to the Vance Family Foundation. Odalis had signed her married name on page 3. The box held the original deed. The box held her signature. 3 weeks after the papers hit the floor, the school board called an emergency session, and Halsey stood at the podium already smiling, already announcing the East Wing's demolition contract. $600,000, a done deal. A groundbreaking date circled on the calendar behind him. Odalis walked in wearing her work uniform, holding a folder instead of a mop. She set the original 1986 deed on the podium in front of him. "You'll want to read the 3rd page," she said. The room went silent, the way it had gone silent 6 weeks before. Except this time, it was Halsey's face draining of color, live, in front of the same board, the same teachers, the same boy's mother in the 3rd row. He read it twice. He looked up at her like he was seeing her for the first time. "You're the trustee," he said. "I've been the trustee since I was 19, Odalis said. "I just never had a reason to say so." Go back and watch his face when she says it. That's the moment everything he'd built his 11 weeks on came apart. The fallout moved fast. The demolition contract was frozen within 72 hours, and the district ate a $40,000 cancellation penalty on Halsey's signature alone. The viral clip of the box spilling across the lobby floor, filmed, it turned out, by that same office assistant, hit 2 million views in 4 days, captioned simply, "He kicked the wrong box." Halsey resigned before the board could vote to remove him. The district launched a full audit of every staff complaint filed against him, and 3 more surfaced within a week. Lyndale Elementary's East Wing was formally renamed the Vance Library, and this time, no one erased the name quietly. Odalise didn't ask for any of it. She kept mopping the same halls for one more year, then retired, and used the foundation her mother had started 40 years earlier to fund something new. A scholarship for the custodial staff's own children, the first checks going out the same spring. A photo of her, taped inside a new supply closet, now sits next to a plaque that reads, "Protect what you love, quietly." If this story moved something in you, you know what to do. Like it, share it with someone who's ever been made to feel small for doing quiet, necessary work. Subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, have you ever watched someone get underestimated right before they proved everyone wrong? Here's what really gets me about this one. It's not the reversal, it's the fact that she carried that folder for 6 weeks and never once used it to defend herself, only to protect what she'd promised to protect. So tell me honestly, is there something you've quietly guarded your whole life that nobody around you even knows exists?